with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on. I got to tell you, man, I'm come on and like crazy today. I've got my come on hat like that. And I've got a Buckhead Thread shirt I want you to see, but it's naughty.
Okay.
So I'm in layers today because Jeff and I don't like to wear jackets. I wore one in. Jeff and I will put a jacket in our car during
I don't even do that.
Well, you need to. Okay, what if the panty dropper, what Jeff calls his vehicle, it's a little sports car. Matter of fact, when I brought Brooks in the other day, not feeling good, he goes, "Daddy, whose sports car?" I'm like, "Oh, if Jeff Cole could hear you say that." His little red 2-seater panty dropper. Why does he have a 2-seater? I had one too, because you don't want a-holes in your back seat. You want to take just the girl. But yeah, dude, if you have a jacket in there, say you have car trouble, you're on the side of the road, you pop a tire, you have to get out, you're not just freezing to death.
Well, it's
It's called an emergency kit.
I understand, but cars these days don't break down like they did back in the day. Your car's just not going to shut down like they did back in the 80s.
So you think I got a 70s point of view?
Yes. That's why I don't need the jacket.
But I also am an Eagle Scout, so I'm prepared.
Yeah.
You know, but so I have the coat, but I like dressing in layers. So
let's see your Buckhead.
So here's
Threads.
one layer, and then I'm gonna do another layer. But this Buckhead Threads is one of those kind of see-through shirts, but it's like an old school stereo.
Oh, I've seen one of those.
Yeah,
and there's no Atlanta.
It's a jam box.
I know, but there's no Atlanta stuff like the normal Buckhead Threads.
Yeah, but it has Buckhead Threads Atlanta on the back.
Okay, but the graphic isn't.
No.
Okay.
It's just something he did, radio, and I was like, man, I probably bought that 10 years ago, and I still got it. The wife's like, is it falling apart? Don't touch it.
Yeah, it's Buckhead Threads, and I think his name is Nick Mosley or Mosby or something.
He may have to become a sponsor of this show because we give him some love, and it's fun.
Well, because I love the shirts. It's one of those, it'd be a perfect match because I buy the stuff whenever I see him at festivals because he has a booth at all the festivals.
Yeah.
And I rummage through them, and if I see something I like, I'm in. And it's priced well too. They're not like they're
he doesn't
nice
try
shirts.
to crush you.
Right.
And if you get up there and you're buying multiple things, he'll give you a deal.
Yeah.
And he's got hoodies and other stuff. Now my wife, everything I bought from myself, I bought her a duplicate. Now I can tell she's gotten older and more mature because my kids have gotten into this. Rather than wearing tight-fitted pajamas, they like to get in their underwear and then wake up in the morning and put clothes on because they're cold. But she's like giving them her shirts, her mediums to wear. So they're like nightgowns and they're all Buckhead Threads. I'm like, that's a nice shirt.
Yeah.
So then I come downstairs and my son's got his knees in it and he's got this shirt pulled up over his knees. And I'm like, Amanda, I don't know that he makes, that's a great shirt. You could still, what do you do?
Now they can wear the old East Side Station Fox FM Southside Saturday Night T-shirts.
Yeah. I'm actually now that we've been paid and we are free. Jeff and I can now talk to anyone about radio and a radio job. I may have to burn those.
Oh no, keep them
I'm
first.
keeping-
You're
I
gonna
know.
keep them. You're gonna throw them with all your 96 Rock and all your Rock 100 stuff. You'll keep them. So will I. I love them. You know.
I know.
I wore my East Side Fox FM shirt with pride every Saturday for a year straight.
Well, no, the East Side shirt I love.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at Fox, but when I got on, I hated the tail on the Fox logo. It has a tail on it for a fox. And I'm like, that is so dated, so old. It screams classic rock. Please, God, don't make me wear it. So when we printed shirts, we just did the X.
Yeah.
I love those shirts. So the one I would burn would be the tail. I hate the logo.
Yeah.
I hated it. But if you just go regular Fox FM, it looks great.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not bitter at Fox. I just don't like the tail. That's a bad look on a logo. A good look on a logo, a traditional logo, is where I was yesterday. WSB.
Yes. You went to go to Tim Andrews's show for this weekend, right? It airs tomorrow night.
It does. Tomorrow night, I will be on WSB from 7 until 8 p.m. if you want to check it out. Tim Andrews interviews me, and we got loose. And what's funny is not only did I do the on-air for the whole hour, but I also did a podcast with him. I think he calls it the Popcast.
It's not the Radio Labyrinth podcast?
No, it's something else that he does and releases it. But you can follow Tim Andrews at WSB to find out. But we did some edgier stuff and stuff for radio. But the WSB studio, I went in there, I saw English Nick, I saw Axel, all my boys. Didn't see Katie Kiley. She wasn't there yet. And it got pulled into the boardroom. This was fun. And I'm in the boardroom and I'm talking about it. I go, attention people, I know there's like 20 of you in here. You don't have to look up. You don't even have to acknowledge my presence because I am not an employee, nor am I an advertiser, but I could be. So if you want to take a glance, but just wanted to say hi, and then 2 or 3 people like, who are you?
Yeah. I can imagine because, I worked in that building for several years for the river, and it's pretty quiet in the hallways. I would imagine.
I'm not quiet.
I'd imagine everyone on that floor heard your voice the minute you stepped inside.
And all of a sudden, people started coming out of cubicles and everywhere. And I saw a buddy of mine, Danzig. I didn't see David Cohen, but I saw a picture of him. Guys I've worked with or played golf with, that have been over there forever. A lot of guys have been there 20, 30 years. WSB takes care of their people.
Yeah.
Very professional. It's cool knowing that you're there with a television station.
Yeah. It's on the 3rd floor.
Yeah. And this show is brought to you by Exit Wealth and Justin Farmer, Exit Stage Left, which is also another group that sells businesses. It's called Exit Stage Left Advisors. All these guys are a part of that, and it's all run by Ted Jenkins, Lee Heisman, and Justin Farmer. He left Channel 2 WSB to come work here.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's
Small
all
world.
kinds of WSB connections right here in the Exit Well studio.
So you never know.
Yeah.
You never know what can happen. I told everybody the non-compete is over. I'm free. And that's good news. Now I'm free to talk about what's going on with celebrities, and there's always something going on, and you're interested just like I am. CMC. Bradley Cooper, did he get a facelift?
I've been hearing this talk, and I don't think he has. I think he just takes care of his skin because he doesn't look weird.
Mm-mm. Do I look weird when I drink water? They say,
no,
look at
you
me,
don't.
Look at me. How do I look?
Well, no, you're fine. But I tell
I'm
you what,
just saying, sometimes people may put something on their face to tighten it up, and maybe Bradley Cooper did nothing.
Well, I'm saying maybe he's just doing something topical, and he's got the money to take care of his skin and his body. So I don't think he has.
Yeah,
but
I did a little ice stuff.
I know that's a rumor.
Yeah,
I did see his movie last weekend. Is This Thing On? It's sort of an independent movie about. It's a lot. I call them life movies.
Okay,
just about real life. Marriage. Will Arnett stars in it, and he's getting divorced, and he decides to just walk up to a comedy club in New York and gets on stage and just with nothing to say but just improvs, and bam, he gets into stand-up comedy.
You know what? That makes sense because what he was doing is talking about his life and just having fun with it because it was probably terribly depressing.
Yes.
And people love when you can poke fun at yourself.
Well, that's exactly what it was. My only issue is having tried to dabble in stand-up.
Did you ever go at your real life?
No.
Like
no.
how miserable?
I was too young. I started when I was 19, 20 years old. I didn't really have a lot of life experience. It was more observational humor. It wasn't.
Right.
I was like a wannabe Seinfeld.
Okay.
It wasn't anything serious. But the only thing that about that movie, which is great, is just that people are dying for spots at any comedy club in New York. And you don't just walk up and
gets one.
Yeah. That was one. Other than that, it was a great movie. Will Arnett, Bradley Cooper directed it and wrote it, and he has a small funny part in it.
See, you're overthinking it. You're thinking as a comedian.
Yeah, exactly.
And that crushes you.
Well, just like radio,
that he got something.
Just like radio movies. I remember watching one, 20 years ago with Ashton Kutcher, and he was a traffic reporter, right? Mm-hmm. And the traffic reporter had a dedicated producer, for the traffic reports. I was like, that's not how radio works.
No, that traffic reporter looks at a screen, figures it out, and you better be ready when they come to you every 6 minutes or 10 minutes. But no, actually, Terry Dubrow, who does Botched.
And who is his brother?
Oh, the lead singer, deceased of Quiet Riot.
Yeah, Kevin Dubrow. That's his brother.
Kevin Dubrow, that's crazy. But Bradley is like, leave him alone, man. Leave anybody alone. He hasn't, first off, had surgery, I think, but he's like, even if he did, don't worry about it. So Bradley Cooper still looking good. But now the new thing in Hollywood and maybe even in Georgia is subtle plastic surgery.
That should have been the case the whole time. People have taken it too far. I guess it's gotten so far extreme. People are starting to realize, hey, we got to tone this down because people are starting to look weird.
Yeah, and on TMZ, somebody made a joke. Well, look at Kris Jenner. She looks great. And he goes, she looks like a different person. If you look like a different person, that wasn't subtle. Aaron Rodgers, he is he's an interesting guy. I did watch his deal on Netflix. I guess it's a documentary. And it goes into his career all the way through the Jets. Doesn't have Pittsburgh Steelers where he's played for a year. And he loved it. Now the coach is gone, even if he thought he was going to stay, he loved Tomlin, he wouldn't stay now. So I think it's over, and this is what he had to say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. That's why we just did a 1-year deal. Steelers didn't need to, put any extra years on that or anything. So, this was really about finishing with a lot of love and fun and peace for the career that I've had. I mean, I played 20 freaking years.
20 freaking years. Yeah, that's brutal. And he was protected at the Steelers. He didn't do any of that push my hump across the line, that thing. No. He's like, I'll let somebody else run that in. I'm not getting involved in that crap. He's had enough injuries. He's worked through injuries. So, yeah, he didn't want to get popped. And maybe it's time, but he still can pass. But it's over, it looks like, for sure. Aaron Rodgers. And, you look at brothers. His brother got on The Bachelor just because of being Aaron Rodgers' brother.
Well, you know why he's a hero in my book?
Why?
Because he was vocal about not taking the vaccine.
Yeah, he went against it, and a lot of people said he lied. He said he had done something or something, like he did what he had to do, and he's like, I'm just not going to take it. I'm going to tell you whatever you want to hear.
But, yeah, I don't think he did.
No, he did not. Yeah. No, he didn't. And last, ICE. Is it shooting ducks in a barrel if ICE agents go into a Mexican restaurant?
Okay.
Is that just too easy? And hey, I'm on their side. I want all illegals that have criminal records to be the hell out. And then if there's people that are just too many illegals, you gotta get them out too and come in the proper way. You just can't let countries migrate a bunch of people into your country. And of course, I think the left did it for votes. And now it's a problem.
I still haven't figured that out. How can they get votes when they're not citizens? They just give them citizenship right away?
Had they stayed in office, they were going to do a thing where they could get almost immediate citizenship due to filling something out. And and that path didn't happen because they lost office.
Yeah.
But there's people inside there. And they did it in Minneapolis. I'm like, are you in there for food, which I think they were, and they just went in the wrong place? I don't think you can walk into a Mexican restaurant in your ICE outfit.
I certainly wouldn't.
No, but there's at least 5 illegals. So people are yelling the old Nazi pieces of S, which is horrible to call anybody that. They're asking them to leave. I love how everybody's a lawyer. You don't have a warrant. The owner asked you to leave. I'm like, man, it's federal. You guys don't even know the law. And then there's always the one woman, take off your mask. Let us see your face. Take off your mask. And then it got a little weird because people surrounded him. Look, he's got his hand on a stun gun. It's just.
Are they only? They're only sending him to, I guess, sanctuary cities, because we don't see him here in Atlanta.
No.
I'm in town a lot. I haven't seen any.
No,
not one.
They may do that. I think right now, to make a difference, they went into those places first.
Yeah.
And it could escalate, and Trump can come in and bring the military in if he wants, and he does not need a congressional permission. He can do it as a sitting president, and I think that law was put into effect in like 1807, and he can use it. Presidents have. So that's kind of what's going on in your news. Again, ICE, Mexican restaurants, just go to Chick-fil-A.
It's a good segue into Polydictainment, because this is a crazy one today.
Polydictainment.
So we've done a couple stories this week on this whole debate between men and women being different and all that. They had the Supreme Court heard the cases of allowing biological men that identify as women to play in women's sports. The Supreme Court heard that. We also talked about that lady that started the company XXYY.
Yeah.
To kind of call out Nike, or sportswear company, to call out Nike for not supporting, hey, this is wrong. Biological men should not be in women's sports. Period. So there was some hearing the other day, and
Nike should take that up. I don't see a lot of the people that are upset wearing Nike. When you see the faces, when they arrest 20 or 15 protesters or people like that, I don't think they wear Nike. I think by wearing Nike, they would think they would be selling out. They're almost like hippies, or they just wear different type of clothing. So if Nike took a stance like just do it the way they did with Bo, and if you can do that with Bo Jackson, or what you did, even with basketball, I mean, when you look at, Air Jordans, but if they just said, men, this Nike shoe is meant for biological men. This one's meant for biological women. And had the colors appropriate. Would that be a bad thing? I think they would sell more shoes.
I don't think that matters. I could wear pink tennis shoes. You just can't play in women's sports. I don't mind wearing women's. Not me, but I don't mind if anybody wears women's clothing. If you're a biological man, you can't play in women's sports.
Well, that's Nike's point. They're like, you know what? These people are probably wearing our shoe if they're athletic. But I can tell you, there's been some commercials showing, like there was a runner, and I guess it was high school or college, in a sanctuary city, and man, this was a small-breasted man running and leading the girls by almost half the track. And you just saw his face, and I went, that's not fair. I would hate to be a girl racing against a biological man.
Well, they had a debate, or not? They had a hearing, and I think he's a House member, Josh Hawley. And when I saw this clip, I thought, is this from like 2021, 2022, when like the woke stuff was really out of control? But no, this was this week, and he's asking a doctor.
It's still out of control.
It's still this is the most out of control. It's 2026.
This was this week.
This week, and he's asking, yes or no, can men get pregnant? This is Dr. Verma or something. I don't know, some doctor.
You're right, Dr. Verma.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics.
Absolutely.
So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
can men get pregnant?
I take care of many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women.
Can men get pregnant?
I stopped watching it. I thought this
again, as I'm saying.
Let me just remind you, you testified to a moment ago.
Like
science and evidence should control, not politics.
And she's
So
She's a doctor. She's
can
an
men get
adult
pregnant?
doctor.
You're a
I
doctor.
totally agree.
Why this
Science
is-
and evidence should
What
guide
a waste of people's
medicine.
time.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
Like you said,
I also
would've
think yes,
sworn
no
if you
question.
played that audio, that was 2020, 2021, not this week.
No, that was this week, and there are still people out there, doctors that think that or that won't answer.
Well,
Why? What's holding her back from answering it? Is she gonna get canceled?
Yeah.
I don't understand why she's.
Yeah, I guess she would get canceled. Here's the thing: two things that blow my mind: tampons in the boys' bathroom.
Oh, that was Tim Walz. That was in Minnesota.
That's right. I want to meet.
It was
I
called
want to meet the
It
guy.
was called Tampon Tim.
Oh my God! I mean, that's hilarious. And here's the other question I have: say men can get pregnant, which they can't. Where would it come out? Think about it.
I mean, right? I mean, I wish Josh Hawley would have said that. Say, okay, if you're not going to answer, and a man can get pregnant, where is it coming out?
Yeah. So when you got hairy legs up in your stirrups and man feet, probably with athlete's foot, is it coming out of the male penis, which is going to wreck it, or is it coming out of your bottom? Because there's no other place.
Okay. All right, let's get Jeff Bogus on the phone
Yeah,
for
do a
some
little
sports
sports.
today. Our Friday sports. The NFL is getting close.
It is,
to,
man. This weekend, you got 2 Saturday games, 2-2, and then you got 2 on Sunday, and that's it. And then we're getting down to the Super Bowl. We'll have one more good weekend of football, and then it's done.
Bogus, you there?
I'm here.
There he is.
Hey, man.
Oh, look at this. Watch, Steve. Talk, Jeff.
How's it going, Steve?
Oh, my God,
I
he's
got-
on.
I got a
Hold
picture.
on.
I got a picture of you in your conference room.
You've got me. I was looking, going, Bogus, you're up on the screen. Welcome to the show, Bogus. It's a still of you in your conference room that you have to basically allot time for. You reserved it.
I did, and I'm in the same conference room. You know, the mother's room was available, but I decided to go with the corporate conference room instead.
No, I don't need the hell. I'll be honest with you. Jeff and I are in a situation where we're like, is there somebody that wants to employ us? I mean, I've put it out there, Jeff. I don't know if your company wants me, but I actually put it out saying, hey, send me a job offer in my DMs, and let's just see if we can talk. All I'm looking for is some cheddar and benefits for the wife. That's what she wants. And I might even do a whole side career and still do this, but I need a day job because Jeff Cole, my co-host, has a day job.
That's right.
Ah.
That's why Jeff doesn't worry.
Well, wait a minute. Couldn't Jeff Cole not hire you or
No,
get you a job at his place?
My day job is numbered.
No.
So we're all going to be in the same boat.
So you're going to be in the boat with me at some point. Boy,
Yeah.
he's milking that day job right now. He's making good money. But yeah, so the fact you're in a conference room, I don't know if I'll ever work for a company that has a conference room again. I don't know. I was at WSB yesterday, talked to Tim Andrews, and I'll be on WSB tomorrow night from 7 until 8.
7 o'clock.
Yeah, 7
Yeah.
o'clock. So Tim's putting it out there. But yeah, I got to tell you, for me, it's football. This is crushing because I hate when the NFL goes away. It's my favorite sport to watch. Definitely favorite one to bet on, which is another reason we have Jeff on, because it's not about fantasy football. Those leagues are done. And right now it's about gambling, or for me, DraftKings. That's my choice. When the game's coming up this weekend, Jeff knows all. You can follow him, or you can actually pay for his knowledge. Just go to fantasyfootballempire.com. So, Jeff, what's our first game this weekend?
So the first game this weekend, I believe, is the Saturday at 4:30. It is the Buffalo at Denver game.
I know who I think is going to win that one, but I know it's at Mile High. But I don't think you stop Buffalo now. They've had a resurgence, and I don't know. I just like Josh Allen. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. If you're doing DraftKings this weekend, I'm going to give you 4 different scenarios, and you tell me, would you be comfortable with players that are associated with the following? Okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to go in no random order here. I'm just going to pick. Okay, scenario 1. You're playing with players that are going to face 19-degree kickoff weather and a 21-mile-an-hour wind. Would you be comfortable with starting players based on that scenario?
No. I might look at one if I thought there was a dynamic running back in that situation, because with the wind blowing and the quarterback's hands do get cold, they try to warm the balls, for people that don't know, on the sidelines, but those balls get cold and they get hard.
Let's be clear, footballs
Yes,
on the
right.
sideline, yes.
Yeah, footballs. So no, I might look at. I wouldn't even look at a kicker. I might look at a defense in that situation, because they could capitalize and could be some fumbles. I don't see pick sixes, so no, I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you which game that is.
All right.
We'll keep going. Here's another scenario.
Okay.
Clear,
Ooh.
37 degrees, 11-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh, that's nice. They love it. You know why, Jeff? I'm talking to my Jeff with a G. Because, all the pads and everything, you've got enough clothing on. You're not really sweaty. You're not getting hot. You feel really good in the gear at 37 degrees and clear. And 11-mile winds, nothing.
Hey, Steve, you sound like you're coming through a computer. I can barely hear you make out what you're saying right now.
It's that thing we're doing.
Oh.
I said with the technical. Yeah, let's. Dad, you can just wrap up the next couple of games.
Yeah, in other words, you talk. I can't. Right now, we're having a technical difficulty.
I'll try him back. We're doing so well.
I know.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's perfect.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Again, the Yeah Come On Show, unedited, 4 hours of radio done in 30 minutes. So we're hauling ass. Go, Jeff.
Without a producer.
Without a producer.
Well, with me being a producer and co-host.
About to say, what do you call yourself?
Yeah, I'm a producer and co-host. I got like 3 jobs right
Well,
now.
I'm host and social media expert.
There you go. Okay, this is me. We have a good division of labor, but it is just the 2 of us.
I'm also
And
the
we're live.
salesperson for this
Yeah,
show.
and we're live. So
Yeah, go.
Yes. All right. So what I said was 37 degrees, 11-mile-an-hour wind, and clear.
That's good. Good weather. I like
That's
it.
good.
I would pick a team
Good.
in that environment.
Good. Okay. Third scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Wintry mix, 36 degrees, 7-mile-an-hour wind. But the key there was wintry mix.
Which means like a
You
little.
okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Sleety rain, a little bit of snow. Yeah, I can handle a wintry mix.
Okay. Last but not least, clear,
Mhm.
46 degrees, 6-mile-an-hour winds.
That's optimal. I thought you were going to come at me and go, quarterback found to have cheated on wife going through a divorce or something, or like, the prostitute situation with like the Atlanta Falcons in Miami. But no, it was all weather based. So there you go. So now you're going to tell me the games associated with those weather patterns.
Yes. So it sounds like 3 of the games you're okay with. Great. But the 4th game, or the first game we talked about, you probably don't want to start players. And here is the conundrum that we're all facing this weekend. The game that has the worst weather has the best players playing in it.
Oh, wow.
So what are you going to do? The worst game is the Sunday at 6:30. It is the Rams at the Chicago Bears. That's the 19 degrees, 21 mile an hour winds, and that's a kickoff.
Damn.
An hour or two, it's going to get down to less than 19 degrees. It could be 10 degrees by the time the game's at halftime, or lower. Who knows?
Yeah, a lot of people think the Rams are headed for the Super Bowl, and I'm not going to say they're not. And I like them. I like them for several reasons. But the Bears are definitely used to that kind of weather. At least the fan base is.
Matthew Stafford, in games that are 50 degrees or below, is 1-8. Okay.
Good statistics.
Just throwing out another stat you won't hear anywhere else except on this show.
This is why you got to go to, I'm telling you, fantasyfootballempire.com. Jeff Bogus, he's called the Sultan of Stats. This is the gift I'm giving you right here on a Friday to get this guy's picks, because he's right. A lot of people on the shows try to talk about this, the NFL Todays and all that, but you nail it. I mean, you're the guru. Tell me, are you going to run anybody in that game?
I'm not. I'm going to run one player. I'm going to run Colston Loveland.
Okay.
Who is the tight end?
Yeah, he's great
for Chicago. He's great.
And guess who had him? I think the Atlanta Falcons had him, and we traded him. And Loveland has got a 3-year deal now with Chicago, and he's a great player. He's savage.
He's tearing it up.
He is tearing it up. Anybody else you like, as we're running short on time? I don't want you to give it all away, because I really want you to get a little business, because you give your time, and I don't know what it costs to be in that fancy room. I don't know if you look bad having to reserve that conference room. So let's make some cheddar for Jeff. It's $6-7, man. FantasyFootballEmpire.com. Give me a couple players we should run. And Jeff, make sure your team owner, or you're the owner, make sure your manager knows. Yeah, coach. I want Jeff to play DraftKings. Josh Allen?
Yeah, you should. Josh Allen.
All right.
Go with him as my quarterback.
Okay.
Definitely going to do that. If I look at some of the other lineups that I'm interested in, I like Jackson Smith-Njigba, who is the wide receiver for Seattle. That weather game's great. Don't have to worry about it whatsoever.
Okay.
And if I move on to some other lineups that I like, I specifically am going to go with James Cook, running back for Buffalo.
Okay.
Definitely like that. I like that Buffalo-Denver game.
Is there defense?
R.J. Harvey.
Oh, yeah, R.J. Harvey,
Seattle.
yes. Seattle all the way on D. Seattle on the defense.
Yeah, all the way, because George Kittle is out for the year.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco's decimated. That's the highest point spread this week at 7 points. The other ones are a field goal or less. I look for that Seattle Seahawks defense to dominate at home.
And lastly,
yes.
I want to help people out with this, because my neighbor plays this. They just pick teams to win. I'm not worried about the point spreads or anything. What team do you think? Give me the winner of all four, the way you think it's going to go down.
Sure. I will go with Buffalo.
Okay.
Even though they're an underdog, I like Josh Allen. I just think he's a winner.
Okay.
They'll find a way to win that game. I like Seattle.
Okay.
It's a toss-up. Normally I would go with the Rams, but the weather is such a factor that I'm going to – it's so hard to predict that game. It just depends how well the Rams play in the cold weather. I'm gonna say the weather is the biggest factor. I'm going to go with Chicago.
Okay, and that's a 50-50. We're not going to hold you on that one. That's a tough one for anybody.
And then I'm going to take the Patriots over the Houston Texans.
All right.
Also, another weather thing. Houston plays in a dome, having to go to New England. That's a weather game. They're just more more. I don't know, but they played well against Pittsburgh, and that was a cold game.
They did, and
That's a tough one too.
Well, it's only because Rodgers had a bad time. We talked about that audio this morning. We played that during Steve MZ that he's done for sure. But look, we're not done yet. It's Jeff Boggess from his room. I love that. You want to throw that up again? There he is right now. He reserved that room for the Yet Come On show. This is serious stuff. It's Yet Come On Sports. He is the man when it comes to fantasy and definitely DraftKings. FantasyFootballEmpire.com. Go to him. And I'm going to need more knowledge, so I think I'm actually going to pay you because he helped me out. I was $10 short on the Yeah Come On League payment because it was 40 or 50, and I think I short paid 50. Yeah, so I owe Boggess.
Yeah, I paid it. I covered him.
Yeah, so I owe Boggess some money, so I'm just going to spend it on FantasyFootballEmpire.com. It's Jeff Boggess. Thanks for being on, bro.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
Now, come on! It's a time for track 13, and I'm going to put you on the spot on this one as I mentioned some of our great sponsors. We've got Exit Wealth from the Exit Wealth Studios, and we talked about that earlier too. That's Ted Jenkins and Justin Farmer. I was at WSB yesterday, the home of Justin Farmer for 17 years as an anchor. But if you need some help with your money, he's the man. That's why he left broadcasting. Now, if you look at selling a business, that's Exit Stage Left Advisors. If you've worked hard and you think you want to just know what your business is worth, it's on the hush-hush. Nobody will ever know. You contacted us, and they'll let you know what they think or what they think they can get you for your business, and then you can start looking at, do you really want to sell and get a condo on the beach? That'd be nice. Lastly, Regal Nissan. That's who sponsors it when it comes to sports. Why? Skipper, the head of service, is our sports guy, along with Jeff Boggess and Jack Sugar here on the Yet Come On show. If you go to Regal Nissan in Roswell, right off Holcomb Bridge in Georgia 400, ask for the Yet Come On deal. And if you need a place to live, say maybe you're going through a divorce, or maybe you've had an issue, or maybe you want to downsize, or you just want to live on some land that you'll build on in a few years, or you want to see the world, there's a way to do that, and it's Camp-Right. Camp Right. Located in Loganville. You're looking at the new spokesperson for Camp Right in Loganville. That's Camp Right RV. Don't forget the dash between Camp and Right. Definitely tell them Southside sent you. I know for a fact I can get you a big discount there, and they're awesome. But those are the proud sponsors we have at the moment. And Jeff, we've got track 13. We always end on this.
Yeah, this is our tribute to deep cuts, songs that you may not have heard on the radio ever or in a long time. Sometimes the bands we even talk about are very unknown or one-hit wonders. So I've picked the past few. What do you got today?
Well, I've got something special here, and the deal is Kip Winger.
Kip Winger.
Kind of personal. I met Kip in studio 1996. He came in.
And this is when, Winger and hair metal was kind of like in the slump. Like it hadn't had its revival yet.
You're exactly right.
Because grunge was all the rage.
His hair was here. Now it's shoulder length. He came in. He was just kind of cool. He was doing an acoustic thing, an acoustic album. And he came in and he's like, yeah, man, we just took a header. Hair metal went by 89, 90. It was done. Yeah. And he talked about it, honestly. And he's like, it's just me. I don't have a band. I always hired musicians. On all my records, I played all the instruments in the studio, and then I would hire guys. So he was saying, at least I don't have the guilt of 4 other dudes going, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Yeah, he had a bunch of hired guns, although he did collaborate with Reb Beach, his guitar player, who was pretty well known.
Yeah.
But so he was having to kind of do it on his own. Yeah. It was before it all kind of came back. I mean, all these guys. I remember actually reading an article at some point when Reb Beach saying his royalty checks were going up. He noticed when things were going up in, I guess, the early 2000s when hair metal, quote unquote, had sort of a comeback.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I hope it stays back is my take. But I can tell you I'm sad about this, but he's going to leave rock. It looks like this is it. He says his voice is failing him a little bit. He's having issues. He doesn't, feel like he's at 100%. And this guy was so kind after meeting me. When we got into an independent film 3 years later, he scored it for free. That would be the movie with John Rocker, myself, Al Ruggiero and a few other guys.
The greenskeeper.
Ron Lester, the greenskeeper.
Yeah, and he did that for free?
For free.
That's amazing.
He wanted
I mean, that's-
he wanted money or back end deal, but we said, sorry, bro, we kind of got screwed over. We signed the wrong kind of paperwork. We're probably not going to see that much money, if any, but he's like, no worries. Then he does the sorority for us too. Same group. We had the balls to call him again and get him to do it. This time he got a little bit of money, but he scored 2 movies for 2 of the independent films I'm
Wow,
in.
that is awesome.
And the song we're gonna play, and I got to look it up. This is a great song. It's the last song of Winger. This is it. I don't think you'll ever hear another one. He's not going to tour. It is done. And we're going to play that for you as a surprise. Next, you got to click on it to hear the last song of Winger, Kip Winger, right here on the Yeah Come On show.